Hello, Vancouver. I'm Mayor Anne McEnerny-Ogle, and today is Thursday, April 1st. Thank you to Seven Star and Sarah, our American Sign Language interpreters today. As we kick off April, we're enjoying longer days, early signs of spring, and more good news on our fight against COVID-19. Vaccine eligibility continues to expand, getting us one step closer each day to hugging our loved ones and fully reopening our economy. To date, over 3.3 million Washingtonians have received the first dose of the vaccine. And yesterday, Governor Inslee announced that starting April 15th, all Washington residents over the age of 16 will be eligible for vaccination. While we're excited for this expansion in eligibility, it will remain important to stay patient with our local health officials and pharmacies as they work to provide appointments for all residents when this time comes. In the meantime, as of March 31st, people in Phase 1B, Tiers 3 and 4, are now eligible for vaccination. And this includes people 16 or older with 2 or more pre-existing disorders or diseases, people 60 and older, people including staff and volunteers in certain congregate living settings, especially those with correctional facilities and congregate settings where homeless residents live or access services, and group homes with people with disabilities, as well as other at-risk critical workers in certain congregate settings, including restaurants and food services, manufacturing, and construction. For a full list of who is currently eligible for the vaccine, on Clark County Public Health's vaccine website, you'll find the information. The COVID-19 community vaccination site in central Vancouver continues to provide drive-up and walk-up vaccinations to those who are eligible. Last week and for the next 2 weeks, Clark County Public Health is prioritizing giving second doses to people who receive their first dose at the site. A limited number of first dose appointments are also available each week. Everyone who received a first dose at the site is scheduled to receive their second dose 3 weeks later at the same time and day of week as their first dose. Those returning for their second dose should bring the COVID-19 vaccination card issued at their first appointment and a completed consent form. To schedule a first dose appointment, please visit the link on the screen to find the Safeway and Albertsons scheduling system. If you do not have internet access or need help scheduling an appointment, please call Public Health at 1-888-225-4625. You can find a list of all local vaccination options and get on the referral list to be notified when appointments become available at the Clark County Public Health website. And a big thanks to Vancouver Fire Department for continuing to support the community in accessing the vaccine. In addition to providing trained medical personnel at the Tower Mall vaccination site to support treating anyone who might have an unexpected reaction to the vaccine, our fire department is now visiting group homes assigned by the State Department of Health to administer vaccinations. These group home populations are typically at higher risk for more severe complications from the virus and often have mobility issues that prevent them from traveling to a vaccination appointment. But please be aware that the fire department is only vaccinating these specific populations in group homes as requested by the state health department. You cannot call 911 to request a vaccine from the fire department. And while we're thrilled to see more people in our community getting access to the vaccine, I also want to acknowledge that many of your friends and family members may have concerns or fears about vaccination. There is a lot of information out there about the vaccines, and it can be confusing to sort through. The CDC has a variety of helpful, science-backed information on its website to support you in understanding vaccine side effects, breaking down common misconceptions, and helpful strategies for talking with your family and friends about the vaccine. So remember, we're all in this together. The free community testing site that the city opened in partnership with Clark County Public Health continues to operate at the Tower Mall parking lot across from the community vaccination site. If you've been exposed to someone who tested positive for COVID-19 or are experiencing COVID symptoms, you can drive up or walk up to receive a pain-free oral saliva test. As vaccine eligibility expands, state and local support for our hard-hit small business community has followed. The Working Washington grant application portal is now open for its 4th round of emergency grants available to small businesses impacted by COVID-19. These grants provide relief funds to small for-profit businesses, especially those that were required to close due to public health and safety measures. To learn more and to apply by April 9th, go to commercegrants.com. And here in Vancouver, the city's new Street Eats program, developed to support our struggling restaurant community with special permitting for outdoor seating on sidewalks and streets, will continue for another 3 years. The program was recently highlighted in the Urban Land Institute as a pandemic response best practice, including Vancouver among a list of international cities such as Buenos Aires, Melbourne, Australia, and Paris. To find a local restaurant or business offering outdoor services near you using the city's interactive Street Eats map, go to the link on the screen. And finally, I'd also like to share a couple of updates from the governor's office that you may have missed. On March 18th, Governor Inslee extended the state's eviction moratorium through June 30th, 2021, to help residents still struggling with the financial impact of the pandemic. If you are a Clark County resident seeking rental assistance or housing support, the Council for the Homeless new portal has information about eligibility and required documents for federal assistance. For those who do not have access to the internet or prefer to speak with someone, you can call the housing hotline shown on the screen. And last, the Governor Inslee's new guidance regarding physical distancing at schools. Washington will now embrace the CDC's new recommendation reducing physical distancing requirements in schools from 6 feet to 3 feet. However, students will still need to continue to wear their masks. And while the desks can be placed 3 feet apart, some activities will still require 6 feet of distance, including mealtime and use of common areas. If you can read the full updated K-12 school guidance program on the state's website, good for you. Thank you so much for joining me today to stay up to date about state and local efforts to combat the virus. If you're planning on spending the April holidays or spring break with friends or family from another household, please remember to keep practicing the 3 W's. Wash your hands, wear a mask, and watch your physical distance. Whether you are fully vaccinated or not, these prevention measures will help minimize risk and keep us on track to reopen more of our economy and reconnect with those we love. I hope you have a happy, healthy weekend, Vancouver. Thank you.